US President Joe Biden has said that the country is on pace to complete evacuations from Afghanistan by August 31st. However, he has also made it clear that the process depends on how much the Taliban are willing to cooperate. Biden has asked the Pentagon and the State Department to develop contingency plans. This is to push past the deadline that should that prove necessary. Listen in.
First, on evacuation. We agreed that we will continue to our close cooperation to get people out as efficiently and safely as possible. We are currently on a pace to finish by August the 31st. The sooner we can finish, the better. Each day of operations brings added risk to our troops. But the completion by August 31st depends upon the Taliban continuing to cooperate and allow access to the airport for those who were transporting out, and no disruptions to our operations. In addition, I've asked the Pentagon and the State Department for contingency plans to adjust the timetable, should that become necessary.
On Tuesday, the Taliban announced that all foreign evacuations must be completed by August 31st. The outfit has asked Washington to stop urging skilled Afghans to leave the country. The Pentagon has recommended that Biden should stick to the August 31st deadline. The recommendation comes amid rising security concerns at the Kabul airport. However, some Democrats say that evacuations must be completed regardless of the target date. Some US officials say that there are growing concerns about the risk of suicide bombings at the Kabul airport. Remember, it is overwhelmed by thousands of foreign nationals and Afghan citizens who have been making desperate attempts to leave the country. Some also say that it is not the question of if, but when militants would start attacking, and the priority was to get everyone out in time. The Taliban spokesperson Zabihullah Mujahid had told the media that the outfit guarantees security. The Biden administration has faced criticism nationally and internationally over its handling of the Afghanistan political crisis. Biden claims that US forces have helped evacuate more than 70,000 people since the Taliban took control of Kabul on August 15th. He also claims that his administration has been working to rebuild a system for processing refugees that was purposely destroyed by his predecessor, Donald Trump. The Pentagon has pulled out several hundred US troops who were deployed in Kabul. However, officials say that the move will not affect the evacuation efforts. At the moment, nearly 6,000 troops and Afghan security officials are helping people evacuate to safety. Meanwhile, US officials have begun to be in regular contact with the Taliban. Biden sent CIA Director William Burns to meet with Taliban leader Abdul Ghani Baradar on Kabul on Monday, something that the Taliban refused to comment on. Now, this was the highest level official meeting since the Taliban took control of Kabul. The two had reportedly discussed the August 31st deadline. The Pentagon had earlier said that it was confident that the military can evacuate all Americans who want to leave. However, it is not known whether thousands of at-risk Afghans would be evacuated or not. Now, for more on this story, we are now being joined by our correspondent Anas Malik, who of course has been tracking all the developments from Afghanistan from ground zero, in fact. Anas, thanks for joining us. Now, what can you tell us about Joe Biden's plans for evacuation? It seems inevitable that the mission will end by August 31st. Tell us about the mood in Kabul as of now. Are Afghans even willing to leave after the Taliban's remarks yesterday?
Well, there is a rush that can be clearly felt in the administration, the U.S. administration's remarks that that is hinting that they would be ending the mission by the 31st of August. Having said that, the Afghans are keen on leaving by as and when they get an opportunity. By the looks of it, does not look like that it will be sorted by the 31st of August, that the US will be able to take all of the SIV applicants, all of the deserving SIV applicants out of the country by the 31st of August. There is an uneasy calm within the city as well. There are people who are desperate to leave. There are people who would want to go to a safer destination because they don't feel safe with the Taliban. They don't feel safe under the Taliban rule, and therefore we are seeing a reflection of that. We are seeing at the airports where there are hundreds and thousands of people are lined up both inside and outside, waiting to get to the gate and inside the airport in a bid to flee the country towards safety. Priyanka.
Right, Anas, thank you so much for those inputs and thank you for joining us on WION at this hour. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.